Good morning and Happy New Year. Welcome back to the Movie Cave for today's Popcorn Breakfast, our first episode of 2015. Hope you had a happy holidays. We'll get started right away today with award season, which is really sort of hitting its stride as the new year begins. We've got the Golden Globes coming up this weekend on January 11th. That's going to be followed on January 15th by the Critics' Choice Movie Awards, as well as on the 15th, the official Academy Awards nominations are going to be unveiled. Those, of course, all celebrate the best films of 2014. And now we're getting a peek at what might win the honors for one of the worst films of 2014. The shortlist for the annual Golden Raspberry Awards, or the Razzies as they're known, has been leaked online through the Gold Derby website. And it looks like really one of the most talked about films of 2014 is in the running for Worst Picture of the Year. That's, of course, The Interview, the comedy starring James Franco and Seth Rogen, which sparked an international incident. And whether you saw it or didn't see it or loved it or hated it, you have to admit this is probably the movie of the year. Well, it's on the list for Worst Picture, as well as a couple of other nominations. Also notably on the list for Worst Picture is Nicolas Cage's Baton Rouge-shot religious thriller Left Behind. It appears in a number of categories as well. Really, the front-runner for the most nominations, potentially, is Seth MacFarlane's comedy A Million Ways to Die in the West. That appears on the short list 8 times. A number of films appear 6 times, including The Expendables 3, Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas, the comedy Sex Tape, as well as the sequel Transformers: Age of Extinction. We're going to find out for sure who's going to be on the final list on January 14th, which is when the nominees are revealed. Moving on a little bit to the Critics Group's awards, which we're starting to get the last of the Critics Group's awards announced, or Critics Group's honorees. And over the weekend, we got the National Society of Film Critics weighing in. As usual, it wasn't afraid to buck any Hollywood trends. Most critics groups and other groups are really kind of leaning toward Richard Linklater's Boyhood for Best Picture honors. National Society of Film Critics went totally off script and picked Jean-Luc Godard's Goodbye to Language for its Best Picture. Now, Boyhood really came in a close second, and it also earned the awards for Best Director for Linklater, as well as Best Supporting Actress for Patricia Arquette. And all the other acting awards really there were no major surprises there. Best Actor was Timothy Spall from Mr. Turner. Best Actress went to Marion Cotillard of of 2 Days, One Night, as well as The Immigrant. And Best Supporting Actor went to J.K. Simmons of Whiplash. And then finally today, let's talk about box office. And really, 2015 is starting the same way that 2014 ended, and that's with The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, in the top spot for the 3rd week in a row, actually. It earned $21.9 million at the box office to boost its total domestic take to $220 million. It also won at the foreign box office as well. Domestically, Into the Woods earned $19 million for second place. Angelina Jolie's Unbroken was in third place with $18 million. And the week's only new release, The Woman in Black 2, it came in fourth place with a $15 million take. That's all the time that I have for today. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.